After years, sometimes decades, of living as pariahs in their communities, these Tanzanian women finally have something to be cheerful about. They all suffered from an obstetric fistula, which can occur during prolonged traumatic complications while giving birth. The child usually dies, and the mother is left with a fistula or tear between the birth passage and the bladder or rectum. Without corrective surgery, the woman suffers uncontrolled leaking for the rest of her life, often ruining her life. But at this clinic in Tanzania, known locally as CCBRT, women can get corrective surgery for free, and with it, a new lease on life.
When the women arrive here, one World Bank report called them dead women walking. That's how, horrible their condition is, how they're completely socially excluded, embarrassed. So they come here very much depressed, very scared, unsure what their future is. After a couple of weeks after surgery, they go back home with their dignity restored as new ladies and mothers who can go back out there and have a wonderful life ahead of them.
Rukia Shabibi is one woman whose long journey led here. 26 years ago, at the age of 13, she was married and became pregnant. At such a young age, with her body still undeveloped, the birth was traumatic and ended in tragedy. Her baby was stillborn, and Rukia herself would soon discover that something else was very wrong. During the birth, she had suffered a fistula, though she had no idea what it was. Rukia tells us that in the ensuing weeks, months, and years, the odor and perception of uncleanliness led her to being shunned by the community. And the great tragedy is that, like so many other women and girls with this condition, Rukia thought she was the only one. In reality, the United Nations estimates there are more than 2 million living with the condition. In Rukia's case, after years of suffering, she heard about CCBRT and traveled to Dar es Salaam for a successful operation. She's now ready for a fresh start. Eric Ndambiri is a nurse who helped Rukia through surgery and has prepared her for a return to society.
When she go back, she thinks that she'll be going to be a good ambassador to tell others that even you who feel the condition is incurable, there's somewhere there's a solution for your problem.
As with other developing countries, many women who get fistulas are from poor rural areas. Even if they hear that they can be cured, they often don't have the resources to even pay the bus fare to Dar es Salaam. To solve that problem, CCBRT employs what it calls ambassadors to look out for ostracized women with fistulas. When they find a possible case, they contact CCBRT for advice and bus fare.
And when we are sure that it's a fistula patient, we actually use mobile phone money transfer system technology to transfer the money for transport to the ambassador, who basically gets an SMS that says, look, you've received $20 from CCBRT hospital. He converts the e-money into cash, collects the cash, buys a bus ticket for the patient, helps the patient to get on a bus, and basically then we pick up the patient here at the bus station and operate her the next week.
After surgery, the women stay for at least 2 weeks to recover. During that time, they learn new skills like crocheting. In addition, 18 women are selected each year to stay in Dar es Salaam to be trained in sewing, printing, and jewelry making. The Mabinti Training Center also teaches them how to speak English and run a small business. Jane Rugalabamu is one of the trainees.
When I come here, I said, wow, this is my beginning, my new beginning, and I have to stick on this so that I can rebuild my life again.
That new life won't be alone. Jane plans to join with several of the women here to start a business. Her other job, she says, will be to spread the word and make sure that women and girls don't spend years in isolation for a condition that can be cured with an operation in less than 2 hours. Gary Stryker, Global Health Frontline News.